Hey there, it's time to talk about breakfast. And I have to admit, I've actually been avoiding recording this video because it's hard for me to talk about breakfast. I actually have a really hard time choosing breakfast and enjoying breakfast. And I don't know, maybe that's you and that's me too, where, we're taught like breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And then we're still kind of feeling like, I'm still not sure what I want to eat or what's going to make my body feel good and sustain me until lunchtime. Depending on your schedule, breakfast time, morning time might be your biggest time crunch. And that's what makes breakfast a struggle. But just to give you a little bit of history, a little bit of a flashback, maybe this is why breakfast is so difficult for me, because I don't really like breakfast foods, in the traditional American breakfast food sense. But all the way back in high school and college, I struggled with my blood sugar. I actually was diagnosed as hypoglycemic. And I knew that if all I ate in the morning was a bowl of cereal or a toaster waffle or something, I knew that wasn't going to hold me over until lunchtime and I was going to be miserable. So I actually got in the habit of eating leftover dinner for breakfast. So I'd be getting ready for school and my mom would be like, "Why are you eating a sloppy Joe for breakfast?" But for me, I needed something, some more protein, some more sustenance to get me through till lunchtime. We also weren't a big cereal family. I mean, we did have some breakfast cereals, but my mom was really particular about brands of cereal because even all the way back in the 80s, yes, I'm dating myself, right? Back in the 80s when everybody else was eating Cheerios that were manufactured by the General Mills company, my mom actually realized that one of the ingredients in General Mills cereal was TSP, also known as trisodium phosphate. My mom knew from cleaning our house and scrubbing things that needed to be disinfected, she knew that trisodium phosphate was an industrial cleaning agent, and for the life of her, she could not figure out why it was an ingredient in breakfast cereal. So my mom, back in the 80s, writes a letter to the General Mills breakfast cereal company asking them to please remove TSP from their breakfast cereal. Of course, her letter fell on deaf ears, and all the years we were growing up, we were not allowed to eat General Mills cereal. She just wouldn't buy it. So we ate Kellogg's, we ate other stuff. Now, again, knowing what's in breakfast cereal, that probably wasn't the best choice either. But, my mom had this awareness that there are ingredients in foods that we don't want to be eating. Now, just so you know, check your cereal box because those cereal companies do still put TSP, trisodium phosphate, in their cereal, as well as now I keep, learning more and more about things like artificial colors. A while back, there was this whole march on the Kellogg company in Michigan, and all these people are trying to get Kellogg to pay attention to things like, carcinogens and artificial colors and all kinds of yucky stuff in breakfast cereal. So I am not a huge proponent of breakfast cereal unless you find a healthy brand and you read the ingredients, or maybe you might even want to make your own granola. Yes, I do that. I don't do it all the time because, don't always have the time, but just, be mindful of what's in your cereal if you choose to eat it. Let's see. Sometimes you just need something that's grab and go. For a whole season of my work career, I only had time to eat whatever I could throw on a paper plate and eat in the car on my 90-minute commute up a gridlock freeway, which usually was, like a bagel on a paper plate and a travel mug of coffee. That was life. Right now, that was before I was really feeling better and eating better. Again, that gluten-full bagel thing would not make me feel well. I didn't know that it was making me feel terrible. If I had to opt for a hard-boiled egg and a piece of fruit, that would have been a better choice. What about coffee, right? Since we're talking about breakfast, let's talk about coffee. I do love coffee. Start every day with a cup of coffee. I'm mindful of what I put in it. So usually that is a non-dairy milk product, right? Like unsweetened almond milk, unsweetened oat milk. Sometimes those have a little bit of vanilla flavor. Again, read the label. Some of them have a lot of added sugar. I always get whatever's unsweetened. So my coffee this morning was some unsweetened oat milk, and a drop of flavored stevia. Stevia is a natural sweetener. We use it a lot at our house. My husband likes his coffee really sweet, so he puts in a big squirt of stevia. I like one little drop, but you can get flavors. You can get, vanilla flavor, chocolate flavor, caramel flavor. That's a really good alternative if you want to take a step away from some of those delightful, flavored, sweetened coffee creamer things that we buy in the grocery store. I'm not going to name brand names, right? I also love oatmeal in the morning, but oatmeal's a grain. If we're going to take a break from grains for, whether that's a period of time, or we're going to go grain free for a week or 2 weeks or a month and see how we feel, take a break from oatmeal and then add it back in. See how you feel when you're eating just oatmeal. Usually I'm okay with oatmeal, but I don't eat it too often. If you make your own oatmeal, you can be in control of how much sugar you put in, or if you use something natural like maple syrup or coconut sugar, as opposed to instant things that you can get in the grocery store. If you have time, I do this on the weekends when I have more time, I'll do like a veggie scramble. Just scramble up some eggs and then throw in whatever veggies I might have kind of hanging out in the fridge that might even be scraps of veggies from other meals, right? Like I might have a half a bell pepper and 2 mushrooms. I just did that this morning. A little bit of bell pepper, a little bit of mushroom, and we did kind of like a veggie scramble thing. And I also have been in a smoothie season for a while. I've kind of gone, like off and on smoothies, into smoothies, out of smoothies. Right now I'm kind of into smoothies. And on another slide in the class, there's a slide on my 2 favorite smoothies. One of them is from a doctor and author named Dr. Gundry. And in one of his books, I kind of came across this green smoothie, which I really like. His green smoothie was part of one of his little like detox protocol things if you struggle with leaky gut, or you think you might be struggling with leaky gut. Dr. Gundry is a good resource. His book is called The Plant Paradox, but he has a green smoothie, and the focus of the green smoothie is gut support. The ingredients in the smoothie help to weed out like bad bacteria that might be hanging around in your gut, and it feeds the good bacteria that's in your gut. So to support your gut, we love the green smoothie. I've got a recipe on another slide. My other favorite smoothie is really just kind of like whatever you like, throw it in the blender kind of a smoothie, but I do have a recipe on there to grab a banana, grab some almond milk, or whatever non-dairy milk you like. Chia seeds, if you like chia seeds. Recently, I just had somebody ask me, what if you have a digestive situation where you can't have little seeds or something? That's okay. That's totally optional. You can use chia or not, or flax seeds or not. If you like any powdered supplements, this is where I'll put in protein powder. If I have other supplements in powder form that I want to put in, I'll put in some collagen or maybe some extra dietary fiber. I've got a turmeric supplement that I like sometimes, or an MSM supplement, which is really good for like cellular health and joint health, whatever powdered supplements. I also have a link if you want to know like all of the powdered things I put in my smoothie. I've got a link on another slide too. I don't put all of them in all of the time, but I always do the protein powder and then just kind of like a little bit of whatever my body might need for the day or for that week or whatever. And my smoothie trick, okay, here's my trick for the perfect smoothie, no matter what kind of smoothie you're making. Put all of your not frozen stuff in first, blend it up, get it nice and, blend it up, liquefied. Then put your frozen stuff in after, whether that's ice cubes or whether that's frozen fruit, or I usually do a combo of both. Then blend it with all the frozen stuff. And all the frozen stuff blends in really nice, and you get a really nice smoothie texture where it's not like chunky and chunks of ice cubes. And I'm kind of particular about how I like smoothies, and I don't want to bite an ice cube or a chunk of half thawed out frozen fruit. So I don't know, that's just me. Anyway, check out the recipe for the smoothies. And if you have any questions, please know that I am available. If you have any questions about breakfast, or any ideas, or if you need some more recipes, go ahead and shoot me a note. All of my contact info and anything else you need to know is down in the comments of the video. So I hope you're enjoying the class, and let's keep in touch.